Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing another kaiju film for you folks. Yep, another Japanese film for you. Another creature feature, so to speak, I guess. So yeah, kaiju means giant monster in Japanese. Yes sirree, folks. So, yeah, it's on my to-do list, of course. Even though it feels like it's never going to end. Got so much stuff to review. So anyway, the film I'm going to be reviewing is the one titled Mothra. Yep, the original one from the 1960s, the early 1960s to be more exact. So of course, this is going to be a review on the Japanese version, just so you know, folks. I know an American version was released, but never mind that one. I'm just going to stick to the Japanese version because I guess I'm a purist like that, I guess you can say. So, yes, sorry, folks. And yeah, I really didn't want to listen to the cheesy dubbing. I never get sick of those. Ugh. But again, it's the Japanese version of the original Mothra film from the early 1960s. And just so you know, folks, this film is actually canon to the original Godzilla films. The original Godzilla films that came from 1954 through 1975, to be more exact. So this film is actually linked with those films. So anyway, enough about that. As always, I do have to talk about the plot, of course. So anyway, the shipwrecked survivors are actually found on this island, which previously used for, I guess, nuclear tests. And of course, let's just say that has something to do with the overall plot, of course. The the interior is immensely free of radiation effects, and they are believed that they were protected by some sort of special juice, so to speak, that was given to them by the island's residents, of course. So there's this, I guess you can say, crazy kind of story going on that involves a giant moth, I guess you can say. But of course it would. So, there's backstory is of course linked to this island, of course. Obviously, she lives here. The monsters still have to go to somewhere to rest, I guess you can say. So, there's that. And, of course, there are these two fairies that come in this film, obviously. And they're supposed to be, like, I guess you can say, the keepers of Mothra, so to speak, because they have some sort of communication with her and whatnot. Fairies in a monster movie? What? Tinkerbell's gonna come out of nowhere? At the very least, it still makes a hell of a lot more sense than Michael Bay's god awful Transformers films. Ugh. Of course, there are these scientist characters that explore this sort of area, and of course, they do discover many curious things, of course. And let's just say two of these mysterious things are these two very like women I brought up a moment ago. So I guess you can say that's the thing. This island called Infant Island was presumed uninhabited, of course. And let's just say that, yeah, there was this rescue party that came in following the storm, finds four sailors that were alive. And let's just say there's a certain thing that does come on here. There's the island natives that do come in, of course. And let's just say that the story gets told in such a way that they try to make it seem interesting, I guess you can say. And of course, Mothra will play a big role in this. of course. The film is named after a horror, alright? Oh yeah, gotta have something to drink. Yes, sirree. So overall, folks, that's the premise. So obviously, it has to talk about the creature, the giant monster. The story has to focus on that, and the big thing, of course. Also, of course, the human characters have to have a story, of course. So even though it's maybe focusing on the giant monster, Mothra, but all of this has to, tie together in a smooth manner, obviously. So that's the thing. So I guess they were trying to give this film a certain style to it and some substance. So I can actually tell there's some genuine effort being done here, folks, which is fine, obviously. I can tell that the script writers really trying to focus on a certain narrative for this film. So this film does have a pretty good flow to it, of course. The dialogue itself isn't too bad. Of course, I'll watch this with subtitles. I know. Before anybody tells me, I do realize that many people out there don't want to watch the Japanese version because of the subtitles. But that's the thing. It's either you gotta deal with the subtitles or deal with, really shitty dubbing. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. I'll say check out the Japanese version, folks, of course, because it's a damn good movie. I really like the music, of course. It really does help. The acting isn't too bad. I can say that the music and the acting really works for this film. The music really goes along with the entire film. Of course, we're trying to get a sense of fantasy. It's a fantasy movie, if anything. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That should be pretty obvious. So, if you're a person, a moviegoer that really likes fantasy movies, I highly suggest this film. So, it would get an overall rating of a 7.4 out of 10. It gets a 7.4 out of 10 for me. As always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time. Oh yeah. See ya.